I'm Aaron, and this is the GrabTech RDX Demolition Grapple. So as you can see here, this thing is huge. So on the 360 model, 98-inch opening. So just over 8 feet. Plenty of room for anything that you can handle with these larger framed wheel loaders. And we've got this today on a Cat 950. So this is our largest model. You can see the build of it is just intense. You've got 6-inch tubing top and bottom that ties everything together. You've got 1-inch T1 tines on the top and on the bottom that are reinforced with a cutting edge all the way through. This RDX grapple is available in multiple sizes from 93-inch to 106 inches. You know, again, this being our biggest model to go on the biggest, heaviest wheel loaders on the market. I mean, the opening on these things, again, based on the size, you can see the opposite grapples where they are independent of each other to grapple those uneven loads. And the massive reinforcement, again, cutting edge on the top, cutting edge on the bottom, reinforcement on each tip of the tine. You got 1.5 inch solid round here, right behind the cutting edge. That really builds and pulls this whole thing together. You know, grapple stops here for when the grapple is all the way closed, and we'll show the cylinders later. They're massive on the backside here. You know, 4-inch cylinders on the largest model. You can see the thing was just well thought out as far as the back here is completely covered, making sure that anything back here is always fully protected when you go to those full-on brush piles, you know, those jagged rocks, moving those massive trees around. So now we're looking at the back here. You can see just again the build quality and just the heaviness of what this grapple is to be able to support the forces that go into this from pushing trees over, grappling rocks, things like that. You know, cylinder size on the 360 version, you know, this is a 4-inch cylinder, delivers over 10,000 pounds of clapping force at the tips. So I want to talk about the pins here. You know, this is a pin from our smaller grapple that we put on skid steers. And you can see just how much bigger these 2.5-inch pins are than these ones. Just because, again, of the size and the kind of forces these things endure when they're running into these huge piles and pushing trees over. And then this is a greaseless pin system here. So you've got a ceramic piece on the outside here as far as the bearing sleeve. And these don't require any grease. And you've got 2 rubber inserts on either side to keep any of these debris out and things like that. So what you have here is we've got some grapples that have over 5,000 hours on them where you can just need to replace this pin sleeve. It's a great feature, and it keeps, as far as having to grease your equipment, you're looking at downtime, you guys having to go through and do that. This grapple doesn't require that. That's the way it's made. Really innovative, especially on something this heavy. You're looking back here at the multitude, you can see the mounts here. So here we've got a Cat Fusion mount. This is available in Cat Fusion, Cat IT, JRB, you know, the John Deere High Vis. There's multiple mounts that we have that we can put this on to outfit your wheel loader. But you can see here just the well thought out, the hose routing, the way that everything is reinforced in the 1-inch here, along with the pivot pins, again, greaseless towards the bottom, massive cylinders to be able to keep that load on the inside. Just overall, a beast of a grapple to go on a beast of a wheel loader. I hope you've enjoyed this overview of the GrabTech RDX. If you want more information, you can visit grabtech.com or contact your local dealer.